Brian Norman really don't want to fight. He said he would have fought me for $2 million instead of fighting for $200,000 his last fight. So it is what it is. I think that's the only guy in the division that can beat him. And I'm not sure he can beat him, but you know, apparently Boots might have a mandatory coming up. But you know, don't matter. Him or Barrios next. That probably should be the move, him or Barrios. But I mean, to be honest with you, the daddy didn't talk the fight up so much. The daddy didn't talk the fight up so much that it got cachet about it. And one thing about Norman is he rugged, he rough, he can punch. So it's always great to see a puncher. It's always great to see a puncher in the ring with a guy that ain't been tested by a puncher. And that go both ways. We ain't really seen Norman get in there with a guy that can truly punch like Boots. So, you know, it's an interesting fight because it's been talked up. It's legitimately been talked up. So they didn't talk this fight up. I think people want to see it. I want to see it. And my thing is, you know, Eddie Hearn is steadily saying that he wants that fight in Boots' hometown. Like, okay, why does it have to be in Boots' hometown? Boots is not some mega A-side. Even with 2 belts, he's not a mega A-side. Why can't it be somewhere neutral? You know, why can't it be in Atlanta? You know, with all the black businesses in Atlanta, you think a lot of fighters who want to stake their claim there. All the black people in Atlanta, you know, I don't know if Vegas is the fight attractive enough to go to Vegas. But the Barclays, I mean, even on anything on the East Coast, why do Norman got to come up there? That's just my train of thought about it. Why do Norman got to come up there for what? Honestly, why does Norman have to come up to the East Coast to fight him? And then you're not meeting the number that I really want. And I heard Tay Jones say that they offer Stanionis and Barrios double what they offer, you know, Norman. I don't know how true that is, but he said that on YSM Media. So I understand it, but just make the fight happen. I think it was unfair for Norman in his first title defense to go in the unification bout, but also saying, hey, even though I felt like he won his belt in the ring versus Santiano, he actually beat a guy to get the belt. He beat, you know, he did. He beat the guy to get the belt. He just wasn't champion because Crawford hadn't relinquished the belt yet. You know? But then again, it's still a vacant belt. So for your first title defense, you know, in unification, that stamps you as a world champion. But at 23 years old, why do I have to rush? I know he's a champion, but I really don't know. I'm a rush to fight this dude in his backyard for short money. You can say, he made 200, he made whatever he made, short money. I'm going to your backyard. It ain't like I'm going to the backyard of Manny Pacquiao or Mayweather. Like, dude, you not them. You know, you're not them. You're not them. I'm just keeping it real. You're not them. So that's what I tend to find funny. You're not them. So you ain't you a regular average selling fighter. So all of a sudden you gotta have everything your way. Who the fuck, like I said, who the fuck is Boots? To have everything is your way. Most people don't know who you are. You know? And I'm just keeping it real on that. That fight should be somewhere neutral. Florida, or Vegas, excuse me, because Florida's in the South. So Vegas, that's my opinion on it, to be honest. But I think Boots is the better fighter right now. I mean, he's about 4 or 5 years older. He's supposed to be. You talking about you going up against a kid, you know, at 23 years old, you know, and you know, you can see they starting to work on Norman, you know, being a better boxer and rank. He don't need none of that shit versus Boots. He got to come in there and press Boots. They need to be working on that jab. And what Stanionis is doing, you know, they should continue to work on that jab. And when Boots punch, be prepared to punch with him. See, Stanionis' issue was he threw one punch, throw 2 or 3 punches. Stanionis would have worked, you know, a punch upstairs and came back downstairs, or worked multiple punches. He might have did some damage to Boots. When you plan to catch and shoot, or you plan to punch with a fighter, why not punch 2 or 3 shots with him? You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a certified one-punch knockout artist, why not put 2 or 3 behind it? Make sure that hoe don't get up. You know? Make sure he don't get up. But, you know, if I had to pick, I would go ahead and say right now, Boots. You know? But they both fought the same level of competition. I think Santiano might be better than Stanionis, in my humble opinion. You know, in my humble opinion. Sorry, the beer is going out. I should nap. Jump straight up out the bed, turn my swag on. Hotel room hot, man. She had that bitch hot as hell this morning. Women body temperature. I hate sleeping without my fan though. I should have brought my fan. I got like 2 of them. I hate sleeping without my fan. It's an abomination to the proclamation, to the assassination of Jesse Jackson. I gotta have a fan on. Winter, spring, summer, the whole nine. We was watching, I never seen it while we watching The Walking Dead. I'm like, it's 100 degrees, this nigga digging a hole. I was like, man, I couldn't even did it. Just come bite me. I'm about to be in a 100-degree tent, nigga. Shit, I need my air conditioner. I've been a house nigga in slavery. Y'all best get back out there in those fields and picks that cotton before I call massa. You dogs better go pick that cane sugars. I'm playing, y'all. We all niggas, y'all dark ass niggas. Get y'all ass out there and pick that sugar though. But no. But yeah, man, I was impressed with. I'm impressed with Boots' performance because that's what I expected. Styles make fights. I knew he was gonna have his performance was damn near flawless. I don't know what's going on in the freeway, man. I don't even need to be impatient, but I'm just being patient. But yeah, Norman. If I'm Norman, I put Norman back in the ring around June. You know, and then, you know, possibly if I can squeeze another fight in there, not we go fight Boots. You gotta press Boots, walk Boots down, use the jab, touch the body. If y'all gonna plan to punch with him, don't plan 1 or 2 shots. Don't plan 1 shot. No 2 or 3 shots. Line up 2 or 3 shots. He ain't unbeatable. He can get clipped. And Norman got that equalizer. So he can be clipped. He can be clipped. You know? That's my opinion on it. But I do favor Boots right now, for sure. I do favor our good brother, Jaron Boots Ennis, in that fight. So I think it'll be a good one. You know, you do it for the culture. My Charlie everyways. So yeah, I think it'll be a good one. But if Norman gonna win that fight, he gonna out thug Boots. And if you say Stanionis couldn't do it, how can Norman do it? Norman is, you know, got athleticism, he got power, he got size, he got strength. Seemed to be a durable cat. So that's a different thing. Stanionis had durability, that's it. he didn't have the ability. He had durability. I think Norman has some ability and the durability. So we'll see. But I still like. I just see a lot. When I see Boots, I kind of looked at when I seen a young Floyd or some of the younger fighters that came up like Roy. I don't see that. I don't see that type of elite level of skill set. To me, he just seemed a bit sloppy. Anybody else feel like that way? He just seemed a little bit sloppy. He don't seem as fluid as some of the other great fighters. It just seemed like he just seemed a little bit sloppy. It just seemed like everything with him may not always be on balance. And it's not an awkward type of thing. It just seemed like he's a bit sloppy in his approach. You know what I'm saying? He don't look as clean and as crisp as some of the great fighters that came before him. He just seemed a bit sloppy, a little stiff too. As fluid as he kind of looked versus some fighters, there's something missing there. He just seemed a little bit sloppy to me. His foot movement doesn't seem as fluid. Even when he moving, maybe because he moving flat-footed. He ain't really on his toes moving. Even when he moving flat-footed. And that might be what it is. Like, he ain't an on his toes type fighter. He ain't, he kind of really stiff, flat-footed a little bit. Like Mayweather and Roy was on their toes and, they a little bit. He ain't even that, he not that fluid. And that might be the word I'm looking for. He really not that fluid. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like, but it worked for him. He's a hella fine fighter, so. But yeah, he don't seem that fluid to me. I ain't getting out here on Sunday. All these old folks and families getting out of church or going nowhere. They going to Red Lobster, Texas Roadhouse like they just left from church. No, bitch, you just got out the bed. Got out the bed. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick, Twitch. Join the Patreon, everything's in the link tree. I appreciate the love and support.